Wildfire awareness. Colorado Springs officials addressing that topic tonight during a community meeting. Plus, the numbers are high. Folks are spending more money in Colorado Springs, and that's good for sales tax revenue. And new details. We've got the latest on yesterday's shooting that left 2 people dead inside their home. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us tonight live downtown. I'm Niki Weirich. We have more on the shooting desk now in tonight's top story. Springs police releasing the names of the victims found dead inside a home Monday. 35-year-old Whitney Butler and 37-year-old David Dunlap, a Fort Carson soldier, were shot and killed inside their home on Bassett Drive near Airport and South Circle. Authorities say the 2 were walking into their home being burglarized. The 2 were recently married and moved into the home in October. Investigators interviewing a person of interest. No arrests have been made. That investigation is ongoing at this time. If you have any information, please call police at 444-7000. Pueblo County Sheriff's deputies arresting a man in connection with a missing person investigation in California. A 13-year-old girl was reported missing last April. The girl having a cyber relationship on Facebook with 19-year-old Jim Major Jr. from Pueblo. The girl taking money from her parents and flying to Denver to be with Major. After she was reported missing, police made the connection. The girl now home with her parents. Major facing multiple charges, including sexual assault on a child. Authorities arresting a man after a kidnapping Monday night. It happened in the 900 block of North 19th Street. Police say 42-year-old David Crossley entered the home, forcing a woman to leave with him. Crossley also had a gun and a knife on him. The victim was found safe on Airport Road. Turns out Crossley was in a relationship with the victim for 2 years. He's charged with first-degree burglary and felony menacing. That investigation is ongoing. Colorado Springs police investigating a robbery at the Taco Express. It happened late Monday night in the 4400 block of Centennial Boulevard. Authorities say the suspect was armed with a handgun and demanded money. Then he took off. Luckily, no one was hurt. He's described as white, in his mid-20s and about 6 feet tall. If you have any information, call police at 444-7000. A slight warm-up today. Terry has more in the next few hours now in our Fox Fastcast. Terry?
Yeah, Nikki, you were right. It was a little bit warmer today. Tomorrow, a lot warmer coming our direction. I think you'll like that warm-up we're expecting. But let's take a look at some of those temperatures out there right now. Temperatures mostly in the teens and 20s, 28 at the Springs, 27 in Pueblo, 17 in Lyman. Obviously colder at some of the higher elevations right now. It's 0 in Alamosa. Winds aren't a big factor tonight, not like they were last night. But we do have a little bit of snow showing up there. Could see a little light snow along the I-25 corridor down toward Trinidad and up toward Monument Hill and over the higher elevations. Seems like most of the snow right now is out in the eastern part of El Paso County. Yoder, Rush, maybe Ellicott, a little bit of light snow. It's moving off fairly quickly. Also a little snow possible over the higher elevations of the Palmer Divide, Black Forest, Palmer Lake Monument. Could see a few flakes tonight. It won't last long. It gets out overnight and those clouds clear out and we see sunshine for tomorrow. But what about tonight? It'll be mostly cloudy. A few flakes possible in the Colorado Springs area. Temperatures for the most part staying in the low to mid 20s. As a matter of fact, we may actually start to warm up later in the evening as some warmer air comes our way. And tomorrow, yeah, nice warm up. We'll talk about that later on in the show. Let's get back downtown. Nikki.
Thanks so much, Terry. Colorado Springs hosting an emergency preparedness meeting tonight. The meeting addressing wildfire awareness and course of action in the community. Fox 21's Rachel Welty is at the Cheyenne Mountain High School auditorium. She joins us live now with more. Rachel?
Yeah, Nikki, the meeting is just getting underway here at Cheyenne Mountain High School. Now, tonight's speakers include Springs Fire Chief Rich Brown, Fire Marshal Brett Lacey, and Brett Waters. Now, he's with the Office of Emergency Management. Now, they'll be discussing emergency preparedness, evacuation planning, and wildfire mitigation, of course. Now, this past June, as most of you know, our city experienced the most destructive wildfire in Colorado Springs history. The Waldo Canyon fire devastated the northwest part of the community and took the lives of 2 people and destroyed more than 340 homes, an unimaginable event. Now, more than half a year later, we found ourselves in the middle of another drought, This as we prepare to enter the spring and summer months. Now, that being said, city officials say they want to alert people in the Cheyenne Mountain area that they're in extremely high risk, which is why they say they're stepping up education efforts to provide residents with the information and resources they need to be safe and, of course, act swiftly in the event of yet another fire. Now, after the Waldo Canyon fire, Mayor Steve Bach was quoted as saying if the same fire had happened in the Cheyenne Mountain area, it could have been a lot worse, as it could have taken thousands more of homes and possibly more lives. So, of course, we're going to stick around for this meeting. We'll have more tonight at 9. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Rachel Welty, Fox 21 News.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel, for that report tonight. 2 more children dying from the flu here in Colorado. That brings the total this season to 4 people. This death was in Denver, the other here in El Paso County. The earlier cases were in Denver and Jefferson County. Exact ages of the victims weren't released. The health department doesn't track adult deaths due to the flu. The American Red Cross Pikes Peak chapter asking for your help recognizing local heroes in the community. It's accepting nominations through January 30th. Winners will be selected by community leaders. If you know a hero, go to our website, fox21news.com, to download a nomination form. The 2% general fund sales and use tax revenue is used for traditional municipal operations for the city, like fire, police, street repair, and park maintenance. And the good news for Colorado Springs, people are spending money again. Fox 21's John Martin has more on those numbers.
Our policy has been, particularly with the mayor in place, to be very conservative with our sales and use tax forecast, because it's always better to have money in the bank and then decide, yes, we feel secure, we have funds, now we can allocate those funds for use, than to be very optimistic about your sales and use tax forecast and then it possibly not be realized, and then you're in the position of having to cut back on programs.
In nearly every taxable category, sales and use tax numbers are as high as they've been since 2007. Industries with the largest month-over-month increase include building materials, which is up over 29% in sales tax collections. Auto dealerships reported a 17% increase, and electronics nearly 15.5%.
When people are feeling better about the possibility of their income being stable for the next year, then they're going to go ahead and buy those big electronic, big ticket items, particularly at the holiday season.
Other industries that are up include clothing stores, up on a year-to-date change of nearly 5%. Restaurants, 6%. Even medical marijuana, only accounting for 0.9% of industry tax, is up. The only industry taking a hit is the hotel-motel tax, partly due to the Waldo Canyon fire, just down over 4%. But there is a level of conservative optimism in the numbers.
The numbers would reflect that people are feeling more confident about their position and possibly their job and their income for the next year, so that maybe they're spending a little more than they had in the past.
John Martin, Fox 21 News.
Frontier Airlines canceling some of its flights at the Colorado Springs airport. Officials say it's because of the airline's limited number of smaller planes. The company discontinuing its 3 daily flights between Colorado Springs and Denver. The flights will stop after March 2nd. The airline also canceling flights between Colorado Springs and Orlando, Florida, and Colorado Springs and San Diego by the end of February. Making news across America tonight, lawmakers addressing multiple national topics for the 2013 agenda. The House approving a $50.7 billion emergency aid bill for states affected by Superstorm Sandy. Republicans and Democrats also discussing the Newtown school shooting and coming together to support new gun regulations. Before the newly approved bill, Republicans who delayed Sandy aid complained the original bill included spending unrelated to the storm, and new federal gun regulations might infringe on the rights of law-abiding gun owners. Lance Armstrong coming clean to none other than Oprah. Oprah recently holding an exclusive interview with the cyclist. Armstrong addressing the alleged doping scandal, years of accusations of cheating, and charges of lying about the use of performance-enhancing drugs. It's the only interview since the 7-time Tour de France winner was stripped of his titles and dropped from millions of dollars in endorsement deals. Pick what you want. When it comes to selecting a gym, you have plenty of options, so make sure you pick the one that fits you best.
You are watching Fox 21 News at 6:30. Live from downtown Colorado Springs, this is Fox 21 News at 6:30.
was a nippy night last night. Wind chill temperatures well below zero much of the night. Things better today. They'll be a lot better coming up for tomorrow. Current temperatures compared to last night, not too bad. Still a little bit chilly if you're headed outside. 28 in the Springs, 24 around the Air Force Academy. Close to that around Fort Carson. We have 27 in Pueblo, 29 in La Junta, 27 in Trinidad. Right now you're down to zero in Alamosa, headed well below zero again for the overnight low, but probably not near as cold as it was last night. Some clouds coming our direction. You can see them pouring in from the north. However, tomorrow that whole thing kind of slides a little further to the east, and we should see plenty of sunshine and noticeably warmer temperatures. Let's take a look and see what we can expect with future view here. Overnight, there are the clouds, maybe a little light snow, a few flakes possible over Monument Hill, some of the higher elevations down over Raton Pass. But by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, much of that is clearing out. If you're out in the eastern border, places like Kit Carson down through Lamar, Springfield, you may see some clouds early in the day. They clear out. We see plenty of sunshine and a nice rebound in those temperatures. High temperatures tomorrow in many places, 40s in through the 50s. So some warmer air coming our direction overnight tomorrow night. Another clear night for the most part as we start the day on Thursday. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures on Thursday maybe just a wee bit cooler than what we're expecting for tomorrow, but still plenty warm compared to what we have been seeing. Then during the day on Thursday, again, a few clouds here and there, but some nice warm temperatures late in the day. Eastern Colorado will be in the 30s and 40s. So we'll take a look at that forecast. Looks like this for tonight. Cold, but not as cold. Could be a few flakes again over the higher elevations over Monument Hill and down over Raton Pass. There are the overnight low temperatures, 16 in La Junta, 20 in Walsenburg, 20 in Fountain, likewise Canyon City, about half of that in Salida. There's the big problem if you're in the San Luis Valley. Alamosa looking for a low temperature of 22 degrees below zero. Then for tomorrow, there's the key word. It is going to be warmer. We should see a good bit of sunshine. Look at that, 50s back on the board there. Not too bad. 53 in La Junta, 52 in Lamar. Also 50s in Kit Carson and Springfield, 56 Canyon City, not quite there, but close to it. 48 in Walsenburg and 49 in Trinidad. 24 the expected high in Alamosa, 45 in Salida. We'll look for 55 if you're in Fountain and 10 degrees cooler in Woodland Park. Let's take a look at that forecast. Hey, there it is right there. For Colorado Springs, mostly cloudy overnight. Could see a few flakes here and there. Isn't going to be a big deal. Low temperature of 19. In Pueblo, we'll look for a low temperature of 15. And coming up for tomorrow, we'll look for mostly sunny skies, warm, high temperature of 52. That's not a misprint. 52 in Colorado Springs. And look for a high temperature of 56 in Pueblo. And don't forget, you can always get your forecast on our Fox 21 mobile app, powered by Fox 21 News and brought to you by Pueblo, Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep. So nice warm-up coming up for tomorrow. How long will it last? That's the key question. That's what everybody wants to know. We'll talk about it later in the show. Right now, back downtown. Here's Nikki.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Terry. Homeward bound. This dog's 2,000-mile journey ends with smiles. Much more on his story coming up. And fast food frequency. If your kids are munching down on these foods, they could develop some unwanted reactions. Details in tonight's Modern Medicine. Stay with us. We're live downtown. in tonight's Modern Medicine, kids who eat fast food at least 3 times a week may have more severe allergic reactions. Experts say they have more severe cases of asthma, eczema, and hay fever. The findings are consistent for both boys and girls, regardless of family income. The study doesn't prove that fast food caused the problems, but researchers say the association of evidence is compelling. A new study finding unsafe levels of mercury in people and fish. Researchers found more than 82% of human hair samples from 8 countries had an unsafe amount of mercury. They say folks and marine life across the globe are contaminated with mercury, and levels in people and fish exceed safe levels. Millions of Americans have one thing on their mind this year: getting fit and shedding off those pounds. For many, that means working out and possibly joining a gym, but finding the right one can be tough. Susan Hendricks has the details.
Thinking about joining a gym or health club? Good for you. But which one is best? The folks at Consumers Checkbook magazine surveyed health club members in several major U.S. cities. They found those who were happiest knew exactly what they wanted.
The big thing is to figure out what you could do that you would enjoy and that would be convenient for you.
So shop around, compare prices. If the membership fees fits your budget, make sure you look at the facility. Like to swim? Look for a pool. Yoga your thing? Check to see if there are classes you can take. Other things to consider when joining a health club: become a mini member. Ask to use the facility a few times before you join. Visit the club, especially during hours when it's most crowded, to make sure the facility can accommodate its membership. And look to see how clean the place is. And when you do join, read your contract to make sure it's what you want. And if nothing thrills you, maybe you don't need a fitness center, perhaps a park or a government facility, or the Y will work. Getting fit doesn't require a huge gym.
There are a lot of other alternatives. Maybe it's take a walk 3 times a week with some friends. That might be more fun. Maybe you ride your bike to work.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Susan Hendricks.
This bird chirping away to a modern-day bee. Check out the little guy for yourself in tonight's viral video. And Walmart's Pledge, the big box store, making a big promise to our nation's veterans. Details coming up in tonight's business news. Stay with us. We're live downtown. Making business news this Tuesday night, Walmart hiring veterans for 2013. The retailer says it plans to hire more than 100,000 vets over the next 5 years. The move supported by First Lady Michelle Obama. Walmart says most of the veterans will work in the company's stores and clubs, and some will have jobs in distribution centers. Starting Memorial Day, the job offers will go out to any honorably discharged veteran within their first 12 months of active duty. Retail sales rising last month as folks wrapped up holiday shopping. Officials say sales jumped about 0.5% in December, and it came from nearly a 2% jump in auto sales. They say consumer spending makes up for more than 2/3 of the overall economy. A lost Florida dog manages to find homes in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Now he'll soon be reunited with his original owners in the Sunshine State. Kelly Cresswell has his story.
All of Endo's life, he's been rescued. Denise and her husband took in the Mastiff after his owners couldn't care for him anymore. Somehow in May of 2011, he escaped his fenced-in backyard in Cape Coral.
Our neighbor had told us during the day that they had seen the dogs going to the canal across the street from our house and had actually seen our lab get attacked by a gator.
Assuming the worst, Denise didn't report Endo missing. Little did she know, Endo was about to embark on a nearly 2,000-mile journey. He was first spotted wandering around a gas station in Mayaca City.
She didn't want to take him to the shelter, and I just happened to be looking for a Mastiff to rescue.
Assuming Endo's owners had abandoned the pup, a friend picked up Endo and agreed to meet him in Chattanooga. Tucker drove his new buddy back up to his home in St. Paul, Minnesota. But this past November, Tucker's condo association made him surrender Endo. So Endo was passed along to a family friend in Duluth, Minnesota, then passed to another owner in Superior, Wisconsin.
He was on a farm over the holidays and had gotten away and then was picked back up.
And Endo ended up at a shelter in Duluth, where his microchip traced him back to Cape Coral.
Now that he's 4 years old, he's had a really fun adolescence, and now he gets to go be an adult again. He's retiring in Florida.
Volunteers will drive Endo back home this week.
I just hope that, he remembers us and adjusts well with our family again, and, we can give him the rest of his lives that he has left.
I'm sure he'll be happy to be home for sure. That was Kelly Cresswell reporting. Stay with us, Terry. We'll have a week's worth of weather next. This is Fox 21 News at 6:30 live downtown. little modern day music for you. Sounds a little like Transformer music to me, I guess. But hey, nonetheless, a pretty talented bird. If you would like to hear more of his tunes, all you need to do is log on to our website, fox21news.com, and check it out. Now we're going to head back to the studio to get a week's worth of weather from Terry.
I think the bird makes a better alarm clock than music. I'm not too sure there. We'll have to check that out a little more. Hey, what happens over the next week? Well, if you're tired of doing this, things do warm up. Let's take a look at a week's worth of weather. Dry and mild over the next few days in through at least the first half of the weekend, upper 40s and low 50s. Sunday maybe a little bit cooler likewise on Monday. We start to bounce back on Tuesday, and for the most part, good bit of sunshine, maybe a few more clouds coming up on Monday. And in Pueblo, we're in the fabulous 50s tomorrow, and it looks like that'll run right through Sunday, although Sunday may be a little bit close, but I think we should make it to right around 50. Cool enough a little bit on Monday, back to the 50s on Tuesday. So it looks like a good-looking week coming up. If you like the warmer temperatures, should make you fairly happy. Right now, back to downtown Colorado Springs. Nikki.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Terry, and thank you so much for being with us live downtown. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tonight at 9.